turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for.
Nnamdi Kanu's appeal. Court reserves judgment but maintains silence on the next adjourned date. That's the Court of Appeal in Abuja today, 13th day of September 2022. Reserved judgment of appeal filed by Nnamdi Kanu through his legal team about how the court struck out 8 charges out of the 15. Yes. So the Nnamdi Kanu is arguing that the court should as well strike out the remaining, because according to Nnamdi Kanu, the remaining are rules. They are not, they cannot be substantiated. The claims of the federal government in the remaining 7 cannot be substantiated. They lack credibility, and so they must be struck out. That is the argument of Nnamdi Kanu. And it was initially slated for 11th day of October 2022, but was brought forward to 13th day of September 2022. But as it stands, the court says they will not say anything concerning the judgment, and they have not actually put a date for the judgment. So everything is still, open. But the human rights lawyer Michael Zekome, SN, who led the delegation of legal practitioners representing Nnamdi Kanu, of course, urged the court to strike out the remaining charges, citing lack of credibility. He argued in his case, specifically prayed the appellate court to review the April 18 ruling of the trial court, which struck out only 8 of the 15 charges. He insisted that the charge the federal government entered against Nnamdi Kanu has no basis in law, because in his appeal dated April 29 and marked CA-ABJ CR 625-2022, Nnamdi Kanu applied to be discharged and acquitted, of course. But following the application of Nnamdi Kanu, he filed for abridgment of time. They said the appellate court brought the matter forward for hearing, as against the initial October 11 for the initially fixed date for hearing. So that is it. But when the matter was called up today, a 3-man panel, which was led by Justice Jomai Hanatu, said it had no need to delve into the issue of bail, since substantive appeal was ripe for hearing. That's the appeal of Nnamdi Kanu was ripe for hearing, so there's no need for the appeal for the bail issue. So he said that, but Ozekome alleged that, or not even allegation, he made a statement of fact that Nnamdi Kanu was forcefully abducted from Kenya and illegally renditioned back to the country. So that was a statement of fact. He pointed it out to the court. He said, my lords, Nnamdi Kanu was enjoying this bail without breaching the terms. However, he was in his ancestral home when agents of the respondent, that's federal government, invaded his home in September 2017. When the appellant traveled from London to Kenya, that's Nnamdi Kanu, agents of the respondent, that's federal government, on June 27, 2021, forcefully abducted the appellant, talking about Nnamdi Kanu, tortured and renditioned him back to the country without following any extradition process. That's the argument of Michael Zekome. And he further went on to say that Kenya, being the country from where Nnamdi Kanu was abducted and extraordinary rendition back to Nigeria, ought to have authorized his extradition, but this thing did not take place. So the federal government, through its lawyer David Caswell, urged the court to dismiss the appeal. He said it lacks merit. He asserted that IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to the country by due process of the law. He said, my loss, it took 4 years and huge resources to get the respondent arrested and brought back to face the charges against him. We are saying that the trial court was even wrong to have struck out the 8 charges as it did. It is only after the FG has produced all its witnesses and tendered its evidence that the appellant court could claim that no prima facie case was established. He said, finally, all right, he ordered the court to dismiss the appeal for lacking merit. So, but after listening to both sides of the argument, the panel said it will communicate a date for the judgment. So that is it. That is how it all went through today. But the council to the federal government said they spent huge resources. Yes, they said they spent 4 years. It took them 4 years and huge resources. So that admittance is very important. It's an indictment to them. They can go at length. See how they have spent huge resources of Nigerian people to go and apprehend, abduct, and extraordinary rendition someone who did nothing wrong to the economy, who did nothing wrong to the security architecture, who committed no economic sabotage, But whereas people who are destroying the economy, lives and property, making life miserable for the people of Nigeria, are roaming the street freely, but they committed huge resources to go and apprehend, abduct, and extraordinary rendition someone who did nothing wrong. And so that's fully on the part of the federal government. Yes. And so what are we not talking about here? They said they brought forward the date for the hearing of the appeal because of the appeal Nnamdi Kanu filed for the abridgment of time. So that was why they brought it to this time. They said it was filed for abridgment of time. But if that is the case, why will it be the same day that President Muhammadu Buhari is visiting Imo State? Why will it be the same day? Something is in the offing. We have said it. They know that this person committed no crime and no offense. They are just detaining him for no just cause, for no reason. And now they didn't give any judgment. Rather, they reserved it, and even the date, they don't have date they can fix for the judgment or the next hearing, as the case may be. So, but from all indications, it shows that Nnamdi Kanu's hands are clean. His hands are clean, as Mike Ozekhome stated. They didn't follow due process. So, bring Nnamdi Kanu back to Nigeria, even if he committed a crime or any offense. The due process wasn't followed, but that is not admittance or that Nnamdi Kanu committed any crime. He didn't commit any crime. Yes, no offense on his side. And we know that Nnamdi Kanu will come out in no distance time. So, as we are speaking, I think they struck out one charge today, and that is a sign that his case, in no distance time, it will come out for this trouble. They are just, buying some time, having some delayed tactics, so that they will massage their ego a little bit. Okay, so but all things being equal, we have said it, Mazin will come out and will come out unconditionally.